Squad.
Hey, guys.
Babes.
We are so back.
It's Thursday evening.
The best night of the week, honestly.
And babes, we are catching up on everything.
Literally everything. We have so much to talk about.
The drinks are flowing.
Oh, heavily flowing.
And Snark is loaded.
Loaded and ready to go.
And babes, we are here for a good night.
Such a good night.
But we need to say this.
Yeah, we really do.
Babes, we are sorry.
So sorry, you guys. We know.
We know this is late, but there are too many shows.
Just an absolute avalanche of content right now.
Like, babes, we were booked.
Booked.
Busy. Overstimulated.
My brain is just like static at this point.
Same. And this was the only night we could squeeze this in.
The absolute only night we had free.
So here we are.
For your bestie, cheers.
Cheers to you, and cheers to the Snark Squad. Because honestly...
If you want more content, you already know.
Yep.
Subscribe.
Hit that button.
Share. Send this to your messiest friend. We all have one. You know who they are. Send it right now.
Okay, so before we get into the absolute wreckage of the show we're covering tonight, we need to talk about something.
Oh, God. I feel like I know where this is going.
Cheaters.
Yep. There it is. The heavy-hitting stuff right out of the gate.
Both hosts have been cheated on.
Unfortunately, the drama is real.
So, do we believe cheaters ever change?
Wow. Okay, just throwing the grenade right onto the table.
I have to, because I am having like a visceral, full-body emotional reaction just thinking about this question.
I can literally see your blood pressure spiking.
It is. Because, no, absolutely not. Never.
Tell us how you really feel.
I mean it. Bestie, you have held my hand through this exact scenario. When someone you love, someone you like, deeply trust, looks you dead in the eyes and lies to you.
Right, while they're actively doing the most behind your back.
Yes. While actively seeking out someone else, that isn't just a mistake. It is a fundamental character flaw.
It's definitely a choice. Multiple choices, really.
Exactly. It's like finding out your luxury condo was built with asbestos.
Oh, I love that analogy.
Right. Because sure, the surface looks gorgeous, the views are stunning, and you can, paint over the walls all you want, but the foundation is actively poisoning you.
You're breathing it in every day.
Every single day. Every time they pick up their phone, every time they are 15 minutes late from work.
Your nervous system just goes totally into fight or flight mode.
Yes, it is actual physiological trauma. You do not magically unlearn the capacity to be that deeply deceptive. End of sentence. I can't.
Look, I hear the passion, and I completely, 100% validate the emotional scar tissue there.
Thank you.
Because you are right. The betrayal trauma is incredibly real, and it literally alters your brain chemistry. But
oh no, here comes the but.
Hear me out. If we step back and look at this analytically.
Ugh, the analytical brain.
I have to use it. I do think we have to separate real life from reality television.
Okay, fair.
In the real world. Yes, human beings possess neuroplasticity.
What now?
Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself with, years of intensive therapy, profound self-reflection, and a total dismantling of their ego.
Which no man actually does.
Rare, yes, but possible. A normal person is capable of rewiring those toxic patterns, however.
Yeah, the big however.
And this is a catastrophic, monumental however. We are not talking about normal people navigating the real world.
Right.
We're talking about reality TV cast members. And that is an entirely different, unevolving subspecies of human.
A subspecies! I am screaming!
They are completely insulated by their own egos and the algorithmic validation of their Instagram followers.
Yes, the dopamine hits.
Exactly. When you put a 20-something influencer on a yacht in the Mediterranean, surround them with cameras, and remove all real-world consequences,
they lose their damn minds.
There's a 0% chance for evolution. The environment is a closed dopamine loop. Bad behavior literally gets them more screen time.
Which gets them more followers.
Which translates to brand deals. They have a financial incentive to remain toxic.
A financial incentive to remain toxic. Bestie, put that on a t-shirt right now. Because that perfectly transitions us to the absolute monstrosity that has consumed every waking thought we've had this week.
Oh, I am so ready.
This show. Unbelievable.
Babes, we've said it before, but we mean it.
With our whole chests.
This is one of the most unhinged dating shows we have seen in a while.
It is genuinely deranged.
Who signs up for this?
I've been asking myself that every night.
And more importantly, who signs up for season 2?
Because they know what's coming.
Because, babes, Half the cast is literally banished
Sent to the dungeons.
to the bottom deck, working all summer as waiters and waitresses
Scrubbing literal toilets.
for love.
Insanity.
This is insane.
It is genuinely a sociological experiment designed by a sadist.
Let's say this.
Think about the premise from a psychological standpoint. The producers have created a literal, physical manifestation of class warfare,
Yes.
but disguised as a dating competition. You have the top side, right? Pure, unadulterated luxury. Caviar, champagne, silk sheets.
Sunbathing all day, and then separated by just a few inches of fiberglass, you have the downside.
The absolute trenches.
These people are laundering soiled sheets and actively serving the people who are living the dream directly above their heads.
Serving the people who literally rejected them.
It's so sick.
Bestie, look at me. Look into my eyes right now.
I'm looking.
Think about your absolute worst dating trauma.
Oh God, please though.
The most embarrassing, soul-crushing breakup you have ever endured.
Okay, I have it in my head. It's awful.
Now imagine that exact ex is upstairs making out with someone new in a jacuzzi,
Gross.
and a producer hands you a tray of charcuterie and tells you to go serve it to them.
I would throw myself overboard.
I would genuinely, without a second thought, walk the plank voluntarily and swim to shore. It is the ultimate humiliation factor. It is weaponized dating trauma.
Weaponized dating trauma is the perfect phrase for it. And it really begs the question, like, what is the primary motivator here? Exactly. Are these people so deeply, profoundly desperate for love that they will endure indentured servitude on the Mediterranean Sea? Or is the desperation purely for clout?
It's the clout. It has to be.
Analytically, it has to be. The currency of the modern age is attention. These cast members are willing to perform literal manual labor, to be mocked and degraded on international television just for the chance at a blue check mark.
Sacrificing their dignity at the altar of the algorithm.
Precisely.
Which makes me lose my mind even more when you look at the actual boat they are on.
Oh, the boat.
Yeah.
We have to talk about the boat.
Because, Snark Squad, we did some digging.
Deep, deep digging.
Just a moment of silence for the research we pulled up.
Okay.
That yacht, the chakra, Babes Rich.
Like oligarch rich.
Like $600,000
Yeah.
a week.
Yeah. Let that sink in.
What do these people do for a living?
Well, let's break down the actual real-world math on this because it is staggering.
Please do the math for me.
It highlights the sheer delusion of the cast. A $600,000 a week charter doesn't even include the APA,
Wait, what's the APA?
the Advanced Provisioning Allowance.
Yeah.
It usually adds another 30% for food, fuel, and docking fees.
Oh my God.
So you are looking at nearly $800,000 a week. If you divide that by the cast's size, it costs roughly $3,410 per person per day.
$3,000 a day just to breathe the air.
Just to physically exist on this yacht. And what are their stated occupations on the chyrons at the bottom of the screen?
Content creator.
Aspiring DJ.
Vibe curator. Whatever that is.
You are taking people with fake internet jobs, placing them on a vessel reserved for billionaires and royalty, and making half of them clean the toilets.
It's the delusion. The sheer delusion.
The juxtaposition is just jarring.
Yeah.
They are acting like they belong there, sipping out of crystal flutes, while completely lacking the basic self-awareness to realize they are the punchline to a very expensive joke.
A very, very expensive joke. Okay, drink check.
Drink check. Definitely.
Mojitos.
Muddled to perfection.
On deck. And babes, we need them.
We really do.
Because episodes 3, 4, and 5 just dropped, and we have to unpack this absolute circus. I have so many notes.
I have theories. I am fully activated tonight.
I am pouring the rest of the pitcher because my blood pressure is spiking just looking at my own handwriting. Let's get right into the recap of these episodes.
Let's do it. Where are we starting?
We have to start with the host, the captain of this chaotic ship, Gabby Wendy.
Oh, Gabby.
Now, the internet is completely divided on her, and I need your analytical read on this performance because people are losing their minds over it.
It's a fascinating case study in personal branding, honestly.
Right.
Gabby is committing to a bid so intensely that it has become intentionally polarizing. She's doing this very breathy, highly deliberate Jennifer Coolidge impression.
Oh my God, yes. That is exactly what it is.
It is camp, but it's calibrated specifically for Gen Z. She has mastered the specific vocal fry, the delayed cadence, the wide-eyed, completely vacant delivery.
The vacant stare gets me every time.
From a purely strategic standpoint in the attention economy, it is brilliant.
Because people are talking about it.
Exactly. Because you cannot ignore it. It forces the audience to have an opinion.
Right.
But from a viewer experience standpoint, it's like adding MSG to a dish.
Wait, I love MSG.
Right. But some people are going to get a headache and hate it. For others, it makes the meal completely addictive and unforgettable. But we have to admit, objectively, the pun jokes the writers are feeding her are atrocious.
Okay, I am going to defend her right now. I am putting my flag in the sand. I love it.
You do.
I do. Is it campy? Yes.
Hmm.
Is it completely absurd? Yes. But Bestie, the entire premise of this show is absurd.
Well, that's true.
We're watching people throw themselves off a wooden plank into the ocean over a 3-day relationship. Why would we want a serious host in a cocktail dress asking them about their deep feelings?
Okay, when you put it like that,
I think she is an absolute genius for leaning into the camp of it all. I will admit the nautical puns make my skin crawl a little.
they're so bad.
But her delivery, she knows exactly what she's doing. She is playing a caricature of a reality host, and I am seated in the front row for the performance. It's performance art.
I will concede that her complete detachment fits the unhinged tone of the show perfectly.
Exactly.
She is looking at these people like they are bugs in a terrarium.
Which is exactly how we're looking at them.
Fair point. But speaking of bugs in a terrarium,
Oh,
we cannot delay the inevitable any longer. We have to talk about David,
us.
we have to talk about Lo, and we have to talk about the shower of shame.
My blood is boiling. I am physically hot right now. Snark Squad, if you haven't watched episode 4 yet, pull your car over.
Literally pull over.
Buckle up, because
Yeah.
David and Lo have been hooked up since night 1.
Literally the first night.
They are the strongest couple on the top side. They have all the power. And what does David do?
It's so vile.
He pulls Corey into the gym. The gym, the universal safe space for toxic masculinity.
It really is.
And he starts complaining on national television that he cannot finish when he is intimate with Lo.
The psychology of this moment is diabolical.
Diabolical.
Notice the setting. He chose the gym specifically. In reality television, the gym operates as this hyper-masculine sanctuary where the men feel a false sense of unrecorded camaraderie.
Like they forget the cameras are there.
Exactly. It's where toxic bonding happens. And the specific language David used, he is openly complaining that Lo lacks fake enhancements.
I wanted to throw my TV out the window.
He explicitly talks about preferring plastic surgery, huge artificial curves, the algorithmic Instagram face and body.
He is projecting this completely warped beauty standard onto a woman who is naturally gorgeous.
Beautiful. And he is deliberately stripping away her dignity, completely humiliating her, knowing full well that there are boom mics above his head and cameras mounted to the treadmills.
He said they have zero sexual compatibility. He literally said those words out loud.
On camera.
Her bestie, her parents are going to watch this. Her friends, her family, her coworkers. How do you strip a woman of her dignity like that for a storyline?
It's ruthless.
And the absolute unmitigated audacity of what he does next.
This is the part that really got me.
He leaves the gym, goes to the upper deck, looks Lo in her beautiful, unenhanced face, and asks her to be his girlfriend.
And this is where we see the absolute darkest, most cynical side of reality TV strategy.
Break it down because I don't understand it.
David is not a wolf in sheep's clothing. He is a parasite that convinced the host to invite it inside.
A parasite. Yes.
He knows they don't have chemistry. He just admitted it in the gym.
What?
So why ask her to be his girlfriend?
Because he's manipulative?
Because he understands the mechanics of the game. He needs security.
Oh.
He knows that if he is officially coupled up, the producers cannot banish him to the downside. He is using Lo as a human shield to maintain his access to the luxury suite and the champagne.
A human shield.
He plays the sweet, I'm almost 30 and looking for marriage guy to her face. But his mask didn't just slip. He actively took it off in the gym.
He is leeching off her security. And then the producers, who are messy, chaotic beings, and honestly, I respect their hustle.
They are so messy.
They send in Val. Val is a shipwrecker. She arrives late to the game, and her only job, her literal contractual obligation, is to destroy a couple.
And Val, you guys,
Val looks exactly like a Facetune Patty Stanger from Millionaire Matchmaker.
the visual resemblance is uncanny. It's actually distracting.
Right.
But let's look at the producer manipulation here because it is a masterclass in orchestrated chaos. Val gets a date card. The producers hand-deliver her the weapon, and they aim it directly at David.
The guy who just asked Lo to be his girlfriend.
Now remember the timeline. Val doesn't know that David just made Lo his official girlfriend 24 hours ago.
Oh, right. She has no idea.
She just knows David is the target the producers want her to hit.
Mm.
And how do producers ensure something happens? They use the concept of bottleneck locations.
Yes. Okay, break that down for everyone listening because this changed how I watch these shows.
On a yacht, space is inherently limited, but producers will intentionally restrict access to certain areas or cut off the entertainment and funnel the cast into highly specific, unmonitored feeling zones.
Like the beach.
Exactly. They send David and Val on a beach date, they pump them full of alcohol, and then they provide exactly one location for them to wash off the sand. An outdoor, slightly enclosed shower.
The bottleneck.
It's a bottleneck. It forces physical proximity, it forces intimacy, and it creates a scenario where the cast members forget about the mounted surveillance cameras because there isn't a physical camera operator standing inside the shower with them.
So they go into the shower together. And bestie, I turned on the subtitles.
Oh, you didn't?
I did because I am a sick, nosy, chaotic person and I need the receipts.
What did they say?
The audio is muffled by the water, right? But the subtitles literally read, smacking, smacking, kissing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Gave full late-night Temptation Island flashbacks.
Yeah.
You remember those early 2000s subtitles? Wet, sloppy smacking.
It's like the audio engineering team is trying to win an Emmy for messiness.
But the true nail in the coffin isn't even the audio. It's the confessional interview afterward.
Oh, don't even get me started on the confessional.
The producer behind the camera asks David, point blank, "Did she give you a blowjob?"
And David does not say no.
He just smirks.
He basically confirms it with silence. A man who just asked a woman to be his girlfriend a day ago, I was screaming at my television screen.
It's so brazen.
I needed a paper bag to breathe. But then, as much as I despise David, we have to talk about Lo's reaction when she finds out.
Oh, boy.
Because Lo sent me into a completely different, equally frustrating spiral.
Lo's reaction was a masterclass in internalized misogyny and how not to handle being wronged on television.
It jumped out and did a full Broadway tap dance.
Truly.
Lo finds out, and she immediately zeroes in on Val. She calls Val a skank. A skank.
Such a dated word.
What year are we living in? Is it 2008? Are we wearing low-rise jeans and writing in burn books?
Apparently.
And she is doing all of this, screaming at this woman, while totally ignoring the fact that she, Lo, slept with David on night one.
The hypocrisy.
How are you going to slut-shame a girl for moving fast on a reality dating show when you did the exact same thing 3 days prior?
The hypocrisy is staggering, but it speaks to the scarcity mindset these environments breed.
Explain that.
Let's look at the actual mechanics of Val's presence. She is a shipwrecker. Her literal job, the reason the casting department found her, the reason Hulu paid for her flight to Malta, is to break up a couple.
Right.
She played the game flawlessly. She did exactly what she was hired to do. And yet, the women in the house all rallied behind Lo, validating this mean girl behavior, attacking Val instead of holding the man accountable.
It makes me so mad.
Why? Because in that environment, the men are treated as scarce resources. David was an active, willing participant in that shower.
He wasn't kidnapped.
Right. He could have easily said, "No, thank you. I have a girlfriend. Let's step out." But he didn't.
Exactly. Hold the man accountable. Direct your rage at the person who made you a promise, not the stranger who owes you absolutely nothing.
Spot on.
And then the absolute worst part, the note. Lo writes a handwritten note to him. A note. Bestie, if you ever find yourself pulling out a piece of loose leaf paper and a ballpoint pen to read an emotional diatribe to a man who just cheated on you in a beach shower with a Patty Stanger lookalike,
You have lost the plot.
you have lost the plot completely. Get your self-esteem off the floor, stand up, walk away.
It was tough to watch.
Look pretty, put on a cute outfit, and ignore his existence. Do not read him a poem.
It sucked all the oxygen out of the room. It was painfully cringy.
So cringy.
And what's truly wild, from a strategic standpoint, is that David is going to walk away from this entire debacle relatively unscathed within the game.
Because he's on topside.
Because he holds the power. He is officially a topsider in a couple. He is manipulating the entire dynamic while these two women fight over him, and he is just sitting back, watching the chaos he created, completely insulated from the consequences.
I am sick. I am physically ill over it.
Take a sip of your mojito.
I need to cleanse my palate. Okay, let's transition to episode 3 because we need to talk about the absolute unadulterated meltdown of Andrew.
Oh, the Sideburn saga. This was absolute cinema.
We started episode 3 with the cliffhanger from the plank ceremony.
Right.
Andrew has to choose between Enna and Sophia. He chooses Enna, which sends Sophia literally diving into the Mediterranean Ocean in a gown.
Goodbye, Sophia. We hardly knew you.
Honestly, But the real drama, the real crisis that grinds the entire production to a halt, Andrew gets a haircut from the on-boat barber.
And we are using the term crisis incredibly loosely here.
He has a literal breakdown. He refuses to film.
Over a trim.
He hides in his cabin, throwing a tantrum like a toddler in the toy aisle of a Target who was told he can't have a Lego set.
Such a good visual.
And he demands that a producer hand him a satellite phone to call his mommy. Because it's an emergency. An emergency. Over a quarter-inch of sideburns.
Let's dissect this 15-year-old boy behavior because psychologically it is fascinating.
I need to understand it because I was dumbfounded.
This is a grown man, a man with a fully developed prefrontal cortex, allegedly. And his sideburns are slightly uneven. Yet he is cursing out the production crew, sulking at the bottom of the boat, and declaring a state of emergency. What we are witnessing here is a textbook case of a narcissistic injury.
Wait, yes, explain that.
When a person's entire sense of self-worth, their entire value system, is inextricably tied to their physical appearance, their physical currency.
Right, because he's a model or whatever.
Exactly. Any slight alteration to that appearance is not just an inconvenience. It is perceived by their brain as an existential threat.
A threat over hair.
A bad haircut to Andrew isn't just a bad haircut. It is an attack on his identity. Furthermore, we have to remember that reality TV sets purposefully limit the number of mirrors available to the cast.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they deprive them of their reflection to increase anxiety and body dysmorphia. So when Andrew finally sees himself, and it's not the algorithmic perfection he expects, his emotional regulation completely collapses.
That makes so much sense. I was unspooling, trying to figure out if there was an undiagnosed issue here or if this was just raging, unchecked narcissistic personality disorder.
Probably a bit of both, honestly.
Because to be that obsessed with your physical reflection, to think the entire production of a multi-million-dollar television show needs to halt because of facial hair, it is terrifying.
It's alarming.
But the absolute highlight of the episode, the MVP moment of the entire season so far, goes to Andrew's mother.
Without a doubt, give her a trophy.
Because she picks up the phone, she hears her adult son hyperventilating over a haircut, and she just deadpans into the receiver. What do you want me to do about it?
Iconic.
Give that woman a diamond apple. Give her a spin-off. She was so profoundly over it.
She was not having it.
She didn't feed into his delusion for a single second. She was basically like, I birthed you, I raised you, I am not flying to Malta to fix your beard. It was everything. But I have to ask you, would you ever in your entire life date a man who calls his mother crying over a haircut?
I would genuinely rather date a man who lives in a literal cave and communicates through grunts.
Same.
It is the ultimate undeniable ick. You can be the most conventionally attractive person on the planet, you can have a perfect jawline and a six-pack, but if you throw a hissy fit over a sideburn, you are instantly repulsive.
You cannot out-hot corny behavior.
You really can't.
Yeah.
And Andrew is the reigning king of corny.
The absolute king. Put a crown on his uneven hair. But wait, we have to talk about another royal on this boat. Sod, or as I am currently referring to her in my notes, Shay's Reign of Terrors.
Oh, Sod. This was a strategic disaster class.
A disaster.
Let's trace Sod's entire arc here, because it is a case study in ego, ruining a perfectly good game plan. She starts off coupled with Kaif.
Sweet, southern, polite Kaif.
The only guy on the boat with a normal, respectable job. He's a police officer, not an aspiring DJ or a crypto bro.
Right.
But Sod decides she wants to secure her spot on topside more than she wants Kaif. So she dumps him.
She actively sends him packing to the downside to scrub toilets.
Yeah, she throws him away.
Like yesterday's garbage. But then what happens? Kaif goes downstairs, puts on his little waiter uniform, and he meets a new shipwrecker, Delaney.
Who is lovely.
And they hit it off, they have genuine chemistry, they're cute together. And suddenly, Sod loses her absolute mind.
It is the most baffling display of possessiveness we've seen on the show.
Baffling.
You threw the man away. You forfeited your right to be jealous the second you sent him to the lower deck.
Exactly. But she marches over to Delaney and she straight up lies to her face.
She did.
She says, oh, I dumped Kaif because he's stupid. And you guys are a better match because you're stupid too. You're just country bumpkins.
Country bumpkins.
Country bumpkin. The condescension, the sheer arrogance.
It was so mean-spirited.
And then, as if that wasn't enough, she turns her wrath onto Bella, just because Bella had the absolute nerve to have a platonic conversation with Kaif while folding laundry.
She called Bella out at dinner, in front of everyone.
Over laundry.
She was actively trying to intimidate her. But what Sod completely fails to realize, from an analytical perspective is that her strategy is entirely backwards.
It makes no sense.
Let's look at the psychology of the discard. When you send your partner to the downside to secure your spot on topside, your immediate next move, your only viable move, has to be finding a new connection on topside to keep yourself safe.
You have to pivot.
Right. You don't spend your vital energy policing the ex you just discarded. It's what psychologists call the sunk cost fallacy mixed with sheer ego. It's the toddler mentality of guarding the toy box.
Yes, guarding the toy box. If you don't want to play with the toy, let someone else have it. Do not sit on the lid so nobody else can have fun.
It's so immature.
And now look at her. She completely played herself. Kaif is happily moving on with Delaney. They are thriving in their little downside romance. And Saad is sitting completely single.
Looking absolutely foolish.
And cementing herself as the villain of the season.
It's pure ego. She didn't want Kaif, but her ego couldn't handle the reality that someone else might find him valuable.
That's exactly it.
She completely underestimated the social dynamics of the house. Which brings us, inevitably, to the absolute tragedy of the downside. Justice for Bella.
Justice for Bella.
Seriously.
Bestie, grab your drink because we need to toast to her right now.
Cheers to Bella.
She was the MVP of this entire cast. She was quirky, she was chaotic, she was loud, she was genuinely laugh-out-loud funny.
She brought the energy.
She was bringing that raw, unfiltered, early 2000s reality TV gold to our screens, and every single man on that boat just ignored her.
The men on this show severely lacked the palate for Bella.
They did.
She's loud, yes, she takes up space.
Yeah.
But she is authentic. And instead of trying to understand her or match her energy, they all immediately friend-zoned her.
Oh my God, Bradley.
There is a scene where she is actively trying to flirt with him, putting her heart out there, and he literally ignores her so he can focus on eating a bag of snacks.
Potato chips.
He chose a bag of potato chips over a conversation with the most entertaining woman on the yacht.
It broke my heart because you could see the exact moment the light went out in her eyes.
It was actually really sad to watch.
She is stuck on the downside. She is scrubbing literal toilets with a brush. She is sleeping in a cramped, tiny bunk bed. And she has this massive emotional breakdown where she starts equating her terrible living conditions and her lack of romantic connection to her overall self-worth.
Yeah.
She literally says, through tears, back where I'm from, I'm a 10. And it hit me so hard. I felt that in my soul.
It's completely relatable.
Because it is the classic LA 10 versus Midwest 10 debate playing out in real time.
It is entirely true, and it speaks to the sociology of beauty standards.
Oh, here we go. Sociology time.
Listen, the currency of attractiveness is heavily dependent on your localized environment. In the real world, in a normal city, Bella's humor, her quirkiness, her vibrant personality make her incredibly attractive.
Yes. She would be the most popular girl at the bar.
But in this hyper-concentrated, plastic, influencer-obsessed bubble, the men don't know how to process her.
They short-circuit.
They only understand the algorithmic language of Facetune, fillers, and fake enhancements. As David so eloquently and disgustingly pointed out earlier, she was essentially speaking a different language than the rest of the cast.
So what does our queen do? She self-eliminates?
She
packs her bags and leaves on her own terms, which honestly, good for her. Know your worth.
Exactly.
Walk away from the table when respect is no longer being served. But Hulu, if any executives are listening to us right now,
Please listen.
we demand that Bella be put on Love Island or Vanderpump Villa immediately. She needs a show with a cast that actually appreciates her brand of chaos.
She would absolutely thrive in the Vanderpump universe.
Yeah.
Put her in SUR immediately. Let her throw a drink at someone.
Yes. Give her a SUR dress.
But speaking of thriving, well, maybe the exact opposite of thriving, we have to touch on the triangle of doom.
Oh, no.
Gia, Bo, and Tim.
Oh, this was a mess from start to finish. Let's set the stage for the Snark squad. Gia is coupled up with Bo.
Right.
Bo is sweet, Bo is attentive, Bo is giving I want to spend the rest of my life with you speeches after knowing her for exactly 5 days.
Which, side note, we need to call out as a major red flag.
Huge red flag. Love bombing much.
It's textbook love bombing.
But Gia gets pulled for a date by Tim. Tim, the self-proclaimed Miami bad boy, who insists he is currently in his serious relationship era.
A statement he makes, I should point out, while literally laughing and rubbing the back of his neck.
He couldn't even keep a straight face.
His body language completely, entirely betrayed the words coming out of his mouth. It was a textbook tell.
So they go on this grape-stomping winery date, And it's undeniably cute. The chemistry is radiating off the screen.
They did look good together.
But Gia holds her ground. She refuses to kiss him. She looks at him and says, I respect Beau too much. I won't kiss you. So we, the audience, are all sitting on our couches thinking, okay, Tim is going home. Tim wasted his Shipwrecker date card.
But then we get to the plank ceremony at the end of episode 5.
Yes.
And Gia dumps Beau and chooses Kim.
I gasped. I physically gasped. I spilled my drink.
It was a shock.
Bestie, do we think this was heavy-handed producer manipulation? Did production get in her ear in the confessional and say, hey, Beau is giving us nothing, he's boring, Tim is messy television, pick Tim to secure your screen time? Or does this girl just have genuinely, tragically terrible taste in men?
Analytically, it is always a combination of both.
You think?
Do producers apply pressure? Absolutely. They use tactics like frankenbiting and leading questions in the confessionals. They plant tiny seeds of doubt like, are you sure Beau isn't suffocating you? Don't you want a little excitement?
Oh, they are so sneaky.
But ultimately, Gia is the one who has to stand on that deck and make the choice. And I think the allure of the reformed bad boy is a very common, deeply toxic psychological trap that a lot of people fall into.
I've fallen into it.
We all have. She genuinely believes she has the special magical power to be the one woman who tames the Miami fuckboy.
And spoiler alert for Gia, she doesn't.
She definitely doesn't.
Never. They never change.
Which circles us right back to our very first debate of the night. The delusion is a flat circle.
It really is. The behavioral loops are inescapable. And all of this absolute chaos, all of these terrible decisions, brings up a much larger foundational question about the entire ecosystem of this show.
Which is segment 1. Who signed up for this?
Which makes you wonder why anyone would subject themselves to this in the first place. Let's completely break down the cast motivations here. Because I am baffled. I am staring at my ceiling at 2 a.m. trying to understand it.
Well,
Are these people here for love? Absolutely not. Be serious. No one goes on a $600,000 a week yacht to find their soulmate while another girl literally scrubs their toilet.
definitely not for love.
They are here for Instagram followers.
Entirely. The motivation is purely economical. But what is truly shocking is the absolute profound lack of foresight when it comes to their personal brands.
See more.
Let's look at David again as our prime example. He is presumably on this show to build a platform, right? To become a full-time fitness influencer, maybe get a lucrative brand deal with a supplement company.
Sell some protein powder.
Right. But look at his execution. He is permanently branding himself as the guy who trash talks his girlfriend's anatomy to his bros in the gym on international television.
It's permanent. The internet is forever.
He's the guy who gets a blowjob from a stranger a day after asking someone else to be his girlfriend. Brands do not want to associate with that level of misogyny.
Right.
He is sacrificing long-term brand viability for short-term, messy notoriety.
He is detonating his real-life reputation. Imagine him going back to his hometown, trying to date a normal girl, and her parents Google his name.
Oh, it would be awful.
Oh, you're David, the guy from Love Overboard who couldn't perform unless a girl had plastic surgery.
Good luck at Thanksgiving dinner, David. Good luck getting a corporate sponsor.
It's just bad business.
And it really highlights that clash we talked about earlier, the LA 10 versus the Midwest 10, the influencer versus the civilian.
It highlights a fundamental structural mismatch in the casting department. You have people like Kaif.
Poor Kaif.
Kaif is a police officer. He is a guy with a pension, a 401k, a mortgage, a real life with real-world stakes and consequences.
A grown-up life.
And he is thrown into a mix of people whose entire livelihood, whose ability to pay rent, depends entirely on how much synthetic drama they can generate for a camera. Kaif seems totally out of place.
He looks like a hostage in half of his scenes. He really does. Because he's operating on real-world logic, while everyone else is operating on reality TV logic.
He's playing a friendly game of checkers, and they are playing... Honestly, they aren't even playing chess. They're just picking up the board and beating each other over the head with it.
That's a great way to put it.
But that is exactly what the producers want. They want that friction. Which brings up segment 2. Power versus humiliation.
The real monster on this boat.
It's not just about clout. It's about the sickening power dynamics this show forces on its cast. It's practically a dark sociological experiment. The producers are weaponizing these people's desperation. Let's talk about who has control and who is suffering.
If we examine who actually holds the power on the chakra, it's illuminating. because it is certainly not the cast members.
Never the cast.
The topside couples, like Leela and Corey, who we barely even mentioned tonight because they are doing absolutely nothing.
They're so boring.
They are just coasting. They partnered up early, and because of the format of the game, they are completely insulated. They sit up there on the sun deck, drinking champagne, doing expensive face masks, and completely avoiding the emotional toll of the game.
Unless they get challenged. But nobody's challenging them. They're just floating on a luxury cloud while the peasants literally fight to the death below them.
Exactly. Because the real control, the puppet masters dictating every tear and every fight, are the producers.
Always the producers.
They hold the date cards. They dictate the flow of information. Think about it. When things got too comfortable on topside, who did they give the date card to?
Yeah.
Val.
Yes.
They didn't give the date card to a sad resident downsider to help them find a genuine connection. No. They gave it to the newest, messiest, most aggressive shipwrecker with explicit instructions to go ruin the strongest, most stable couple on the boat.
They handed her a live grenade, pulled the pin, and locked the door.
And the suffering that causes is immense.
The absolute soul-crushing humiliation. Let's talk about who's suffering. The plank ceremony. Snark Squad, when you get dumped in the real world, you can go home, put on your grossest sweatpants, eat an entire pint of Ben & Jerry's, block their number, and cry to your friends.
The healthy way to handle it.
Right. On this show, when you get dumped, you literally have to walk a wooden plank and plunge into the freezing ocean while your ex stands on the deck above you and watches.
It is medieval. It is quite literally medieval public shaming and punishment repackaged for a streaming service.
It is. And if you don't go overboard, if you decide to stay, you go to the downside. Having to serve drinks to the person who just rejected you. I equated this earlier, but I have to say it again because it is so messed up.
It bears repeating.
It is dating trauma weaponized for our entertainment. Imagine breaking up with a toxic ex and then your boss calls you into the office and tells you that your new job is to fluff your ex's pillows while they sleep with the person they explicitly told you not to worry about.
It's psychological torture.
It is psychological torture.
It's a deeply uncomfortable, deeply exploitative power dynamic. Which makes me want to move into segment 3. The worst position on the boat.
Oh, I am so ready for this.
I want to rank exactly how bad it can get, because there are different levels of suffering on this boat.
So true.
If you had to be trapped on the chakra, what is genuinely the worst hand you could be dealt? Let's rank the absolute cursed roles.
Let's start with rank 3, the bronze medal of misery. Give it to me.
Rank 3 goes to the oblivious topsider.
Okay, yes, your Lou.
Exactly. This is your Lou. You think you have the power. You are sleeping in the master suite with the Egyptian cotton sheets. You are confidently calling a man your boyfriend.
Confidently.
You think you have won the game and secured your screen time? Only to find out, months later when the episodes actually air, that he was complaining about your anatomy to the entire boat, hooking up in the shower with a bombshell and actively plotting your demise.
Oh, that delayed sting.
The humiliation is delayed, but when it hits, it is devastating.
It's the absolute betrayal of false security. You're sitting there thinking you're the queen of the castle, adjusting your crown, and you're actually the court jester, and everyone is laughing at you.
Very that.
Okay, rank 2. The silver medal. I'm giving this to the late game shipwrecker. Your Vals, your Delaney's.
I completely agree with that placement.
You come into the game late. Everyone already has established bonds, inside jokes, and alliances, and you are given 24 hours to break up a couple.
24 hours.
24 hours. It takes me longer to decide what I want to order on DoorDash.
Yes. And because the timeline is so artificially compressed by the producers, you are forced to do the absolute most just to secure your spot.
You have to act crazy.
You have to be overly aggressive. You have to alienate the other women immediately. And in Val's specific case, you feel pressure to perform sexual acts in an outdoor shower just to avoid being immediately thrown off a plank the very next day.
Which is so gross.
The psychological pressure is insane, and the target placed on your back is massive.
You are forced by the format to be the villain. There is no possible scenario where you enter as a late-game shipwrecker and leave as America's sweetheart. You have to get your hands dirty immediately or you go home.
Exactly.
But bestie, we both know who takes rank 1.
We do.
The absolute, undeniable, most cursed role on the entire chakra.
Rank 1, the gold medal of suffering. The resident downsider.
The Bella.
It's the Bella. You are stuck below deck for a month of your actual life. You are friend-zoned by every single man on the boat.
For potato chips.
You are crying in a tiny cramped bunk bed that looks like it belongs on a submarine. You are scrubbing toilets, folding laundry, washing dishes until your hands are raw, while 20 feet above your head, everyone else is drinking $600,000 a week champagne and going on romantic, grape-stomping dates in the sun.
It's grim. You are stripped of your autonomy, your access to luxury, and your romantic prospects all at once. You are essentially the hired help, but you aren't even getting paid a yachty salary.
Not even getting paid. You are just absorbing the emotional damage of constant rejection while performing grueling manual labor. The cognitive dissonance of wearing a microphone to find love while holding a toilet brush has to be mind-breaking.
It would break me on day 2.
It is the absolute worst position to be in.
It makes me so unbelievably mad for her. Which brings me to segment 4. The Season 2 delusion check.
Let's check the delusion.
Because after watching the absolute degradation of these singles, after watching Andrew cry over half an inch of hair, after watching Lo get humiliated on camera, and Bella scrub toilets while crying, we have to look to the future.
We must.
If Hulu greenlights Season 2, would anyone actually come back?
Analytically speaking.
Yes, analytically.
Yes, 1,000 times yes.
Really?
We consistently underestimate the power of the attention economy. Reality TV fame is a hell of a drug.
I guess so.
People will suffer any indignity, they will be dumped into the freezing ocean, they will be cheated on publicly, they will clean toilets on their hands and knees for a blue check mark.
Just for a blue check mark.
A brand deal with a teeth whitening company, and 100,000 followers on Instagram. The pipeline from public humiliation to influencer status is proven, it is lucrative, and there is a never-ending mile-long line of people ready to subject themselves to it.
But I have to push back. I have to.
Push back.
Because at a certain point, the audience gets fatigued by the cruelty. If the topsiders are too protected and just coasting through the season doing face masks, and the downsiders are too miserable and just sobbing in bunk beds, the show stops being an entertaining dating competition and becomes a literal torture chamber.
That's fair.
The format has to change if they want us to keep watching.
So from a producer's chair, how would you fix it? How do you balance the scales?
You have to force the topsiders to defend their spots. You cannot just let Corey and Leela sit up there doing absolutely nothing for 5 episodes.
They really are doing nothing.
There needs to be mandatory physical or social challenges where the downsiders can actively overthrow them. Make it a real class warfare.
Oh, I like that.
And give the downsiders more time to actually mingle. You can't just keep them trapped in the kitchen making paninis. If you want a dating show, they have to be able to actually date.
That is a very fair, structurally sound critique. The pacing and the power dynamics definitely lean far too heavily into producer manipulation right now, rather than allowing an organic game to unfold.
Exactly. Let them play.
If a network wants longevity, they have to balance the power scales. But until they do, let's be honest, we are going to keep watching this beautiful, disastrous train wreck.
We absolutely are. We cannot look away. It is our toxic trait and we own it.
We fully own it.
And babes, this mojito spiral has been real, but that is all the unhinged dating chaos we can handle for tonight.
It has been a massive journey. But before we log off, we need to turn the spotlight over to the Snark Squad.
We need to know. Tell us what you would do. Would you ever go on a show like this?
Could you handle the downside?
Do you believe cheaters can actually change, or are you on my side of the debate?
Let us know.
And seriously, what would you do if you were trapped on that yacht with David?
I don't even want to think about it. Let us know in the comments. Slide into our DMs. We want to read all your messy, unfiltered hot takes.
And you already know the drill. Rate the show.
5 stars only.
Leave a review, subscribe, send us your reality TV submissions.
We want all the tea.
And send this episode to your absolute most chaotic friend. Thank you to the Snark Squad. You guys are the absolute best for riding out this delayed Thursday night spiral with us. We appreciate you more than you know.
And remember, whether you are coasting on topside, sipping champagne, or scrubbing toilets on the downside, always watch out for the shipwreckers.
Stay muddled, stay messy, and we'll see you on the Snark side.